Seahawk Ventures Inc. is a Canadian resource exploration company and the second largest landowner in the urban-berry greenstone belt in the Abitibi sub-province of Quebec, Canada. Seahawk currently owns 5 properties in the region and is the busiest gold exploration camp in Canada. Seahawk Ventures Inc. is listed on the CSE under the ticker symbol SHV.
I'm joined now by Mitchell Lavery, president of Seahawk Ventures.
That's right.
Ticker SHV on the CSE.
On the CSE.
And you're a geo.
I'm a geo.
And we've met several times over the years, but either one of us can remember exactly. Great to have you here, Mitch.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So Seahawk, grassroots operation.
Grassroots operation with a second largest land package in the urban-berry gold belt.
Urban-berry. Now that's a famous gold belt, I take it.
Well, it's certainly the gold belt you're hearing a lot of news right now from because of the Bonterra situation and the Osisko situation. Okay, so Bonterra and Osisko. I've been hearing a lot about Bonterra. Yeah, Bonterra has a. They have their mine, the Bachelor Lake mine on care and maintenance now, and they have their Berry Pit right now on care and maintenance, and they have their Gladiator, which is the old Bonterra property. That's also waiting for permitting. Windfall is going ahead, from what I understand, with the Windfall zone. They have just announced that they're splitting in two, one operating company, one exploration company. So I think that's really good news for everybody in the area. Okay. So specifically, how many hectares do you have? We have somewhere in the neighborhood of 25,000 hectares, split up among 5 different properties, from large to very, very small. Okay. And so let's talk about the share structure. You have not a lot of shares outstanding. No, we have about 30 million outstanding, and the insiders own about 50% of that. Okay, and no overhang, no warrants, no nothing. Right, and what about cash in the bank? Cash in the bank, we have about $800,000, which is super Quebec flow-through, and about 100,000 hard dollars right now. And that's one of the things I'm doing is try to raise more hard dollars, right? So I can be comfortable in what I'm doing. And so you got all this land. It hasn't really been drilled to any great degree. That's right. So you don't know. I mean, you're looking for gold. Yep. But you could also find base metals. I could. There's a zinc mine nearby. That's right. 8 kilometers south of our Blitz property, which is the extreme western property on the urban-berry belt, is the Langlois mine, which NiStar owns. And that's been in production? It's been in production for about 15 years now. Okay. So now, do you have any drilling programs set up at this point? Are you planning on doing some drilling this year? Absolutely. We have just completed an airborne detailed mag on the Blitz, which is the west end. Next week we will be flying the Skyfall, which is on the east end. We've already done the airborne geophysics on the central properties, so we have targets already on these central properties. Right. And when we analyze the new geophysical data, I'm sending in, I've got a prospecting crew all ready to go when the snow's gone. Right. And so I'm looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 15 holes this summer. Now, how this property, because I'm not that familiar with it, to be honest with you, but is there infrastructure there, or is there how are any roads? All kinds of roads. This is a big logging area. And power is pretty cheap in Quebec, right? Power is the cheapest in Quebec. I mean, so you'd think the Ontario would have done a deal with them. Don't get me going. Don't get me going. Anyway, so you got power, you got roads, you raise some money. Yeah, and we've got suppliers, and we've got hotel rooms and whatever else. And you got lots of experience in the company. Yep.
So no novices making mistakes.
No, I think I've been around since graduation, about 45 years.
Yeah.
And the day I graduated, I moved from London, Ontario to Toronto, Ontario, and started working for a mining company.
So you lived in London?
I did. I graduated from Western.
Yeah, so you know where the Seeps is.
I do. So
you say half the shares are owned by management, basically?
Management and
close associates.
Close
friends?
associates, yes.
Okay, so you got a structure that if you get some action, it's going to move.
Exactly, and very, very loyal shareholders.
And outside of management, are there any institutional holders, or is it just basically high net worth investors?
Basically high net worth at this point.
Okay. Is there anything you want to add at this point?
That we're completing the airborne surveys, and we're ready to go when the snow's gone. And the one intriguing part is our easternmost property, the Skyfall. Half the property has never been flown. It's a 12,000 hectare property. So we're looking at. I'm expecting to get some really good surprises there. I'm expecting to get good surprises everywhere. Our one priority target right now is what we call our touchdown property, where there have been 2 samples taken off it. One assayed 27 grams per ton gold, the other assayed 11.
And what kind of widths?
This just grab samples. So
okay.
Weight, yeah.
So the fact that Osisko's in the area, didn't you say that they're splitting up into an exploration company and a producing company?
That's what I'm led to understand, and I talked to the Osisko people a couple of days ago, and they confirmed it.
And so that would be good, because they're obviously big shareholders in the area.
Absolutely, the biggest landholder in the area. Huge package of land.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the price of gold, I mean, I know it jumped today, and it seems to jump when the markets get ugly. Certainly not a bad price point for gold in Canada.
Absolutely. People forget that gold is quoted in U.S. dollars.
Right.
And we work in Canadian dollars.
Okay. Mitch, thanks a lot.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate having you here, and at some point in the future, when you're drilling, we'd like to have you back and get an update.
Thanks very much.
Okay, thank you very much.
Anytime.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.